We kick off yet another weekend, folks. Welcome back to Hexbots Heat J. Last time it was Quack go through the tournament, and our first ever Rumble. Black Hole took the win as he took first place. Second place went to Destroyer, who's going into the tournament, and Liability just died. But this time for Heat J, you might have saw him previously, but he's back at it again. We welcome back Jumpersaucer back into the mix. Say, hey, what's up?
Hello, everybody. It's me, Jumpersaucer, here for my annual, I guess, my every series I come in and do a guest episode. And today I'm excited because we're getting one of the best champions, Hypershock.
Truly noted. Anyways, we got a real big stacked lineup today. 5 competitors, one's a champion, one's a newcomer, and others we just threw in just because we felt like it. How do you say about this? I don't really know. Let's get to the lineup. First, from Miami, Florida, Hypershock. The Series 2 champion is back at it again. Hypershock has actually had a remodel with a brand new Hypershock to work with. It's a lot faster, a lot more nimble, and a lot more deadly. It's got very good ground game and a strong weapon. However, it's not really good when it's upside down. From Palo Alto, California, Duck. The beautiful Ducky boy is back, and the lifter is here to Quack. I don't have any more funny duck puns, so here's just Duck. He's got a pretty good intimidating lifter. However, it doesn't even want to lift. Like, bro, can you even lift? From Brookhaven, Pennsylvania, Dark Matter. The Oof Robotics machine is back with a giant-looking spinner after it was promptly dismantled in the 4th of July special. It's got an extremely powerful bar based around Blindside from Chaotic Robotics. However, it tends to fall off. From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Category 5. And we're back at it again with Category 5 with an undercutter design. Not really too dissimilar from the one from the last season. Its strengths, it's got major chaos. However, sometimes the weapon goes bye-bye. Who knows if that might happen. And from Las Vegas, Nevada, Demilitarized Zone. The Vietnam veteran is back. We're just kidding. He's not from Vietnam. But yeah, in any case, it's Demilitarized Zone. It's pretty good. It's got a pretty durable frame with the full body spinner. However, it doesn't want to work. This is looking to be a very stacked lineup indeed, as we kick things off with a rematch back in Series 1 with the back then 2-seed Hypershock and the back then 31-seed Duck. Hypershock actually won against Duck, believe it or not, but if they can win against Duck that time, they could do it again this year. What are your thoughts, Jumpersaucer?
Well, obviously this is a very exciting matchup because we have two big mainstream robots fighting here. Hypershock, previous champion, and Duck, not necessarily as successful, but he's been classic. He's been here since Series 1, and now they're fighting for the first time. So this is going to be epic.
Well, in any cases, let's get stuck in. 3, 2, 1, activate. Let the bot battle begin. Hypershock immediately ramming into the wall, but going after Duck with their wedge.
Duck
nice little hit there from Hypershock. Hypershock getting underneath of Duck.
It's like Duck's having some problem as Hypershock just rams him into the wall.
And that's a classic fashion with Hypershock. And that's how it won Series 2, ladies and gentlemen. It gets under the robots and it deals damage to the underneath. Let's look at its opponents after Series 2.
Now Duck has
Hypershock. Hypershock and the screws. Can he get him out? No, he can't. Hypershock gets free.
Pretty easily.
And then Hypershock rams into the wall for some reason. What a dum-dum.
Looks like they're trying to align, and
Duck gets underneath of Hypershock again.
But not much happens.
Hypershock trying to regain its consciousness and try to ram into Duck. That was a big hit there, popping up the
Duck
lifter.
Tried to flip, but Hypershock was too fast, slid right under.
And here comes Hypershock again, now using its back to attack Duck, but Duck using the lifter to try and grab a hold of him on the tire of Hypershock, but didn't want to work, as Hypershock is trying to It's using its back for some reason.
He's
in the out of the
for
arena zone.
Hypershock?
Maybe. No, it isn't. He manages to escape the grasp of Duck. So far, Duck is being good in control right now, but so is Hypershock. There goes the top panel off of Duck. That's already some good start, and there goes another wheel off of Duck.
Yeah, Duck has been struggling to gain control, but he has gotten Hypershock pinned in a few moments.
And that was a big hit there from Hypershock right into the screws.
Yeah.
And another one. Hypershock is getting bruised right now by Hypershock. And that is why Hypershock won the first fight, and how he also won Series 2, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget that.
I know Duck likes to be in control, but it does seem like Hypershock is the one in charge today, as Duck is pinned against the wall again.
As Hypershock loses his back piece, because of course he does. As Hypershock is getting underneath of Duck once more, and is pushing around Duck, trying to survive, but he flips himself over. Could that be it for Duck?
I think that's it.
Oh, what a hit! I think that lifter is somewhat crooked on him. I think it looks like Hypershock. I think they might take a knockout win, but Duck
never mind.
Duck is slowly trying to get back in, but it doesn't look like he's moving again.
Duck's tweaking out.
I guess Hypershock is the winner. Well, no split there as Hypershock wins the rematch. Now next up, we've got the newly updated Oof Robotics with Dark Matter and Category 5. Both of these robots are actually from Pennsylvania, believe it or not. And Dark Matter has a brand new spinner for the series after the old one was promptly executed by Spikosaurus in the 4th of July special a couple weeks ago. So in any cases, who do you think might win this? Who might know?
Well, it is hard to say. Dark Matter, Category 5. Both good robots. I think right here, it's a battle between a high spinner and a low spinner. Because obviously Category 5 spinner is very low, aiming for the wheels. And Dark Matter is very high, aiming for the top. And I feel like it could be either way, because there are advantages to both.
Anyways, let's get to the fight. 3, 2, 1... activate.
Let the battle begin!
Alright. Dark Matter in Category 5 up to speed.
Oof.
And...
Okay. At first it was like Category 5 got his top knocked off. Dark Matter has his entire weapon knocked off.
So that begs the question, what can Dark Matter even do? Well, I mean, throughout this fight, he was able to get underneath of Category 5 with the wedge, so hopefully it could do something. Definitely gotta patch up that weapon in the later fights.
Yeah, okay, so he does still have a wedge, but now that his main weapon is out of disposal, I don't know if things are gonna be well for him. Especially because Category 5 actually does have his spinner still.
But of course, it always scrapes the ground, and obviously we don't know what it can do. Dark Matter being pinned to the screws by Category 5. Can he get free? Yes, he can. Good control there from Dark Matter to get off of the screws. But can Category 5 recover? I guess he did on the front wedge. Now let's see if Category 5...
I feel like the only way Dark Matter can win this is if he somehow manages to push Category 5 out of the arena.
But of course, it's doing it. It's almost until now. That was a good push there from Dark Matter. It could win them control and aggression points if it ever goes to a judge's decision, because damage, thrown out the window because his entire weapon is gone. But he is pushing Category 5 into the pulverizer. That's some good control there again by Dark Matter. Even though he lost his weapon, he's still remaining well with his wedge, and that's something you must remember. It isn't always about the damage. It's usually about control and how you deal with your opponent, like with engagement and such.
Yeah, because definitely gonna have to think outside of the box for his victory if he wants to get it. Is he trying? Oh.
He's trying. He almost has him, but Category 5 still seems to be back and still seems to be in the fight. As Dark Matter is trying to get out of the arena. Blood, you have another 3 fights or so. You can live, probably. As Category 5 is getting that spinner, that undercutter up to speed. Dark Matter is aiming for the screws, and a nice hit by Category 5 onto the wheel. So obviously we could definitely say damage would go to Category 5, but I don't know. It looks like Dark Matter is slowly but surely, he's continuing his control as we get, we get Hans to help us. Thank you, Hans. I owe you a real one. Anyways, Dark Matter, well, we are going to go to a judge's decision, so I don't know. This could be pretty close for the judges, but let's see. Ladies and gentlemen, we have entered a judge's decision. Judge 1 scored the battle for Dark Matter. Judge 3 scored the battle for Category 5. And Judge 2 scored the battle for the winner, Dark Matter.
What?
Well, that sums up basically everything that happened in that fight. Dark Matter, yes, it did lose its weapon, but it was staying good in control and controlling Category 5 around the arena. And thus, it was given the win. Maybe the reason they thought Category 5 won was because of the spinner breaking. I don't really care, though. But in any cases, we bring in the rookies' demilitarized zone as they face Duck. 3, 2, 1, activate. Let the battle begin.
Alright.
Demilitarized zone up to speed,
up.
but
Duck's approaching, kind of? What's going on?
he's driving on an ice rink right now. Just let him be.
Okay, well...
He had one too many after Hypershock.
Well...
But now Duck is getting underneath the demilitarized zone. Is demilitarized zone even moving?
Yeah, seems like that weak punch was oddly critical, because that completely stopped him from working.
Although he's there we go. He's somewhat moving. I mean, he's somewhat moving.
Here he goes.
The spinner's back up, but
Nope.
he gets
It
tranced
seems
by.
like on contact, instead of hitting, his weapon just stops functioning.
Maybe next time we shouldn't use a Captain Shredderator.
Maybe there's a reason why it's called demilitarized zone.
That's fair. Anyways, the old Unk is getting beaten, or I mean, the newcomer is being beaten by Duck. That's extremely hilarious. Yep, Duck continuing to lift up demilitarized zone.
Demilitarized zone is kind of looking like someone in an old folks' home trying to fight in a boxing match right now.
Yeah, it's just like an old guy facing like Logan Paul or something.
Yeah.
He's not ready. He should just ramp up the boot camp or something.
If he doesn't move, isn't that just an automatic win for Duck?
Yeah, I guess it is. Yep, demilitarized zone is dead, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, Duck. Yeah, Duck's gonna win. It almost kind of felt like demilitarized zone just basically did nothing in the arena. Well, I've actually gotten confirmation that their drive no longer works. I guess that's something. So they'll be subbed in with a different robot, which you'll see later. But anyways, next up, we've got Hypershock versus Dark Matter. Both of these robots look very vicious today. However, only one could be claimed the victor. Jumpersaucer, any thoughts on this?
Let's see. A serious champion versus a robot that instantly lost its spinner. Yeah, I think I'm going with Hypershock for this one. Easy.
Good thinking. But in any cases, let's get down to the box and see if we're right. 3, 2, 1, act. Let the battle begin. Finally, we sing.
Revving up. Will the spinner last at all?
I'll give you like 20 seconds and then, yeah.
No.
It just flew out of the arena.
That's an oof for oof robotics.
Say goodbye to Harvey. In any cases, Hypershock is actually getting underneath the Dark Matter, so Dark Matter's plan of getting underneath of Hypershock is all in vain right now.
Yeah, I think Dark Matter really needs to adjust their design very badly.
Or maybe just get like a better wedge, as they've been flipped over!
Now they're flipped, so it looks like they might be knocked out.
Well, I mean, I believe it's driving inverted, but I don't know if they have a lot of good signal.
Can it use its wedge even, now that it's inverted?
I don't think so, as it's just being pinned into the corner by Hypershock, and I guess...
Right now, all its driving can do is try and keep it from getting knocked out, which it seems like it just did anyway.
R.I.P. And a swift execution as Hypershock gets himself at another 3 points. I'm definitely certain he could definitely top all the robots to get to the top. Anyways, we got Category 5 against a subbed robot because Demilitarized Zone didn't want to work for us, and they pulled out for the season. So, let's introduce this new rookie. From Osaka, Japan, Egg Drillster. Here to make an announcement is Egg Drillster, the classic design from Sonic the Hedgehog 2, now in Hexbug form. I believe it's the first drill robot because the drill isn't a thing. It's got the master plan, however, it's got no ground game. Well, now it's settled. Demilitarized Zone will be replaced with Egg Drillster today. Well, I guess he's not going to start off very hot today, as he's going to go up against Category 5. What do you think of this sudden change, Jumpersaucer?
Well, I'm very interested in this fight because of Egg Driller. A drill robot. I don't think I've ever seen that before. So I'm curious, does that work? I'm predicting no. I have a feeling there's a reason you never see something like that. But I don't know. Let's see.
Let's hope that as we get on with the fight.
Let the bot battle begin! Alright.
Now we see what Egg Drillster could do with the master plan.
Seems like the drill's kind of just bouncing off, which is what I was worried about, but it's working surprisingly well as the control.
Yeah, just as you said that, the top panel comes off of Category 5, so I guess that's some added insult to injury with Egg Drillster, with its weapon working. Hopefully, if Egg Drillster can actually pull off a win.
Is the drill working?
Yes, it is. You can't.
I mean, I know it's working, but like, is it being effective in damaging Category 5? I can't really tell.
I guess maybe with the top panel coming off, but I'm not too sure. We'll have to see how the drill will actually pay out when the heat continues on.
Yeah, it seems interesting because it seems to work less as like a drill, like a pool drill, but more as like a control, because it's like this little point and like a practical spear to ram Category 5 in. Yeah, it is doing a lot better than I thought it would.
If only it could get some steam and ground game, Eggman. But it's pinning Category 5 into the back wall.
Category 5 is in the corner, struggling to move.
Yeah, it must be said. And if anything, I don't think I've really seen the undercutter really be effective in this fight. I feel like it's just all been Egg Drillster, mainly with just controlling and mainly doing the damage.
Yeah,
and staying aggressive as shunting Category 5 in the corner, just saying, stay there!
Very impressed. I did not think the robot would be this good, to be honest, but it's doing really well, especially against a robot like Category 5, which can hit those wheels that are sticking out a lot. But that
I know, it's 2026. Where are those protective side
It's
panels?
not even a problem, it seems, because Egg Drillster is in control. Category 5 is kind of bumbling around like he just got out of an Irish bar or something.
Well, I guess that's something. Egg Drillster continues to penetrate with that drill, but it does not really look like it's going to do much here. I don't really know. Anyways, Egg Drillster trying to come in with the drill, continuing to push Category 5. Is Category 5 done?
Category 5 seems kind of in a rut right now.
Yeah, he's stuck between a rock and a hard place, being the side wall and Egg Drillster, using his back for some reason, but now coming with the drill, and he picks himself up.
Keeps trying to get out, but the Drillster's just ramming it from behind.
Unlike a certain other drill bot from a few years ago, as we're going to get another unstick, even though we're getting close to a judge's decision. Thank you, Hans. Yeah, we're going to a decision. Ladies and gentlemen, we have entered yet another judge's decision. They awarded it unanimously to the winner, Egg Drillster. Well, I guess maybe we should have Egg Drillster in every season. Egg Drillster manages to win a judge's decision against Category 5. Even in its debut. It's kind of funny. In any cases, next up is Dark Matter with its spinner now rebuilt, going up against Duck. This should be great fun, and I know it. What are your thoughts, Jumpersaucer?
I'll just be blunt. Duck is winning, okay? Listen, The new Dark Matter, to put it perfectly honest, is just not a good robot. It just breaks down, and Duck's gonna win, and it's gonna be really fast. That's my prediction.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Let the fun battle begin!
All right, revving up.
Dark Matter not
Dark
using his
Matter.
weapon, though. Is that...
Forgetting what his spinner does? Or maybe he doesn't want to use it because he...
Oh, now it's using it. It's
Okay.
getting up to speed and ramming into Duck.
Oh.
There goes a wheel off of Duck.
This is the longest...
And now
his
there goes
spinner
another. And there
has
goes another
lasted.
wheel. Thankfully, Dark Matter at
Wait.
least lasted like 10 seconds without losing his spinner.
Whose wheels are those? Were those Dark Matters or...
No, that was actually from Duck.
Oh, interesting. Okay, maybe Dark Matter can finally turn things around for himself.
As Duck is barely trying to get that lifter into contact as he tries to get underneath of Dark Matter, but I don't know. It looks like Dark Matter's trying to do. Duck flips himself over. That's going to make him inverted and be less controlled, but I don't think it looks like Duck is even moving at all. Like, is he moving or is he just completely
Yeah,
done?
Is this the end of the battle, I wonder? Did Dark Matter win? Maybe the problem was that he was going against other spinners and it was colliding and making the thing fall off. But now it's a control bot. He's fine.
Yeah. Wow, what an upset. Dark Matter manages to shoot himself to 5 points and is now currently in second place, right behind Hypershock. As Duck continues on with 3 points, as Category 5 and Egg Drillster still sit with 2 points. Speaking of which, we got Hypershock in the blue and Category 5 in the red. What are your thoughts so far on what's going to happen in this?
My life philosophy? Always bet on Hypershock. Category 5 is a good robot, but Hypershock is going to take the win. That's my prediction.
You really are a high-stakes roller. Lenny Keeses, let's get on with it. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Let the bot battle begin!
Category 5 and Hypershock up to speed, ramming into each other. A big hit by Hypershock as Category 5 does a leap in the air.
Alright, Hypershock is hitting and Category 5's front plate.
It's top plate,
Top plate.
actually. And it gets
off.
inverted by Hypershock. That's a brilliant move by them.
Barrel roll done by Category 5 thanks to Hypershock.
It's still trying to get up to speed and
No.
pushing back Category 5 into
Hypershock's
the...
just pushing Category 5, trying to get out of the arena.
But of course, nothing can beat the super Hypershock. I don't really know. I don't really have a lot to say right now. Hypershock has Category 5 inverted and is pushing him back up and around. Category 5 does not have an answer for this whatsoever. What can they do? I really don't know. As now they're giving him the nefarious back shot. So
Ooh.
something came off of him. Off of Category 5, but I don't really know what that was. So, moving on. Yeah.
Alright, so now they're colliding again. Hypershock has been juggling Category 5 around the arena. And Category 5 has not really countered in any significant way.
But Hypershock is now trying to get him up and over, or maybe to just give himself right, get him out of the
Flip
arena.
upside down and then flipped back again. Hypershock is just toying with his prey.
But now it looks like he's stuck on the side wall, and I guess it looks like Hypershock. I guess he's gonna
Yeah.
take. Oh, never mind. Never
was-
mind. Category 5 is back up.
Yeah, he was ready to leave his victory at that, but Category 5 is back. Will that mean anything, though?
And it almost looks like Category 5's weapon has shut it off. I don't know
Ooh.
if that's gonna be a problem later, but I don't know. I don't know. It's all just been Hypershock so far, so I don't know what to say here. Oh, I guess the spinner worked for a
Hypershock
moment.
going in for the kill.
That is if Hypershock can actually get a good angle, but I guess
Alive,
Category 5
but
is
it
stuck.
doesn't matter.
In the end, it doesn't even matter. Hypershock wins. That was a destructive KO and a rather bizarre win at the end there for Hypershock. But Hypershock manages to pull through with 9 points. Could be destined to have a very high seed, as Category 5 is unfortunately gonna take a backseat and go back to paying his taxes. Anyways, next up we've got Dark Matter in the blue and Egg Drillster in the red. Jumpersaucer, What are your thoughts so far between these two?
Well, Egg Drillster's been doing well, Dark Matter's been doing bad, so Egg Drillster is what I'll say. Pretty simple.
Well, let's hope. Egg Drillster needs to get some more points on the leaderboard, and this should hopefully be one to settle it all. 3, 2, 1, activate. Let the battle begin. A fast start by Egg Drillster to get to the front of Dark Matter, as it's getting that weapon up to speed, but it now seems to try and grab a hold of Egg Drillster.
He's going for the center there, and Dark Matter's spinner hasn't broken, but it's not really spinning either. The two robots seem to be in a lock. Nope.
Yeah, they get free. Thankfully, we don't need Hans for the situation. Otherwise, we have to pay more this year.
Alright, so now they're both revving their spinners. I assume the drill is anyway.
Oh, a big pop there from Dark Matter popping up. Egg Drillster.
But Egg Drillster's kind of squeezing in between the blades and getting right to the center there. That drill design, I guess it's really good for getting into tight spaces, which is particularly efficient against the bot. Oh, for a while it was going ring around the rosy, but
now it's being carried up again by Dark Matter into the pulverizer. It slams down on Dark Matter, but I don't know though. Egg Drillster, I feel like it could really benefit with some ground game so it stops wheeling up. It's like Rusty. Like, you know, all bark and no ground game.
yeah, but it is still hitting the center, which Dark Matter's spinner seems to just stop whenever it approaches. Oh,
That was a huge hit
go.
popping up Egg Drillster again.
Alright, Dark Matter tries to go, but it just bounces off Dark Matter. Oof, another center.
Another nice
twirl.
hit again by Dark Matter, continuing to get underneath of Egg Drillster. It has him on the ropes. Can it flip him over?
Ride it like a pony.
Maybe. No, he doesn't. Egg Drillster gets back on all 4 of his wheels and continues to go around.
Going around.
Oh, what the?
Dark Matter got itself stuck on the wheels.
What were they
and
thinking?
looks like they knocked themselves out.
Egg Drillster wins. Things are not looking too great out there for Dark Matter. He finishes with 5 points. I'm not too sure if he'll make it to the 3rd place bracket or not. It depends if either Category 5 and or Duck can score up the leaderboard. Who do you think might win this, Jumpersaucer?
Alright, here's what I'm thinking, right? Obviously, these are both low-hitting robots, but one is a spinner, one is a control bot. So my prediction is that Duck will win this fight because he will be able to kind of grab that spinner, and that extra space that was usually used as a weapon will be used to flip Category 5 and be his downfall.
Very interesting. I'm having my bets vote on Duck because at this point, Category 5 is just done at the moment. But I'm not here to judge. Let's just get the fight underway. 3, 2, 1, activate. Let the battle begin.
Alright, Category 5 approaching. Duck is trying to get a grip.
And he does,
Pushes
but
him.
almost lifts Category 5. It doesn't look like Category 5's weapon is moving
Category 5 isn't really moving
too
Okay,
frequently. But
Duck
yeah, Duck is grabbing a hold
is
of Category
basically
5,
the
like you
robot
said.
version of a suplex, but that seems to be the only movement is when Duck actively pushes him. Nope, there's Category 5.
Yeah,
going a little bit.
it's still got life in it, so hopefully it could maybe win a fight. But Duck is getting underneath of
Duck,
Category 5 and trying to lift it.
Trying to lift it.
But again, as we saw in the
Cate-
previous fight with it, Category 5 is invertible.
Category 5's not doing much to fight back. Is something wrong with...
I think it came from like the wires on the motor of it snapping against its fight against Hypershock. Maybe that also led to Category 5's downfall here. Maybe, as Duck continues to
Duck's
ram the
just
front of Category
hitting him.
5.
Hitting him down against the wall, and Category 5 up.
It's bare. It's
It just
it's
keeps
just
reminding us that he is technically mobile, and the spinner's not up. It moved for a second.
and it's slowly but surely trundling along. But look, Duck is just there to capitalize, and I don't know if
Yeah,
Is Category 5 stuck?
I was expecting a crazy fight, but this is a little underwhelming, and I think Category 5 might actually be stuck.
Unless if Duck can maybe be a good sport and help Category 5, but... Oh, Category 5 is moving.
There we go.
There we go.
It did move before the countdown started.
As Duck... I think the countdown was going on, but...
Well, before it ended.
Yeah. And then Duck is now trying to get underneath of Category 5, but it's still struggling with that lifter. It does not really lift that good. I don't know how and why. Hexbug, please give us an answer. Anyways, Duck is trying to get a lift on Category 5, but I don't really know. It looks very tentative right now. Like, Duck is still lifting up Category 5. That was a better lift by Duck. Still trying to get a hand up and over Category 5, but I don't know. It's not really doing much as Duck moves back, and this is the last fight between the two. I don't know if either of them are going to lose, or if they will both, or like one of them makes it to the third place bracket, but who knows?
Yeah.
Either of them have a chance as Duck is continuing to lift Category 5, but I guess...
I don't know.
But I guess Category 5 is stuck, but he's still moving.
I did predict that Duck would win, but I thought it was going to be like a close match. This is just kind of awkward.
Yeah, it's just Duck just trying to lift up Category 5 as we're going to a judge's decision. I feel like this is just not really close, but kind of awkward, don't you say?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've entered a judge's decision. They awarded it unanimously to the winner, Duck. Well, we say a sad and sorry goodbye to Category 5 as Duck gets to 5 points. Now, here's the big kicker. If Egg Drillster here loses by a knockout, then we'll have another tournament to see who goes through to the actual tournament, the third place bracket, and who loses. And then if also, Hypershock will so far be the first robot to have 12 points. So all the pressure is on for Egg Drillster. Can he actually survive and get to a quick judge's decision? Or will Hypershock knock it out of the ballpark?
Listen, Egg Drillster's been doing good, and I am impressed by what it's done today. But this is Hypershock we're talking about. Hypershock's gonna win. Let's just be honest, okay? But still, I think Egg Drillster will do good for the type of opponent he is facing.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1... Activate. Let the bot battle begin.
Oh,
Egg Drillster on his head to start the fight.
Is already on its side, but can it get realigned?
Yes, it does. Thank you,
Okay.
Hypershock. We really needed that. The
These
one
two
with the master
are
plan.
Spinning, trying to align themselves in for another attack.
And that, folks, is what we call the blitz rush that Hypershock usually does. Is just get really fast and scoop them up with the spinner and the wedge and tip them over.
Ramming each other into the corners.
And Egg Drillster almost out of the arena.
Knocked out, but slides back in and then tries to go in. Hypershock wins out with the push. Oof. Seems like Hypershock just is stronger than Egg Drill whenever they go on for a front-to-front face down like that.
I think it mainly just comes from Egg Drillster not having ground game. Because, like, ground game is important because, like, you at least need to get under your opponent and have that weapon, like, do something. And with a robot like Hypershock, it's doing really well. It's scooping Egg Drillster and doing the damage and the control.
And Egg Drillster does like a little flip thing. I don't know. This is certainly...
But now it's finally getting in with the drill. The drill is actually working, and it does damage.
Swirling Hypershock around like a tornado, trying to throw him off, but Hypershock catches himself.
As Egg Drillster almost gets himself out of the arena.
This is an exciting match, I must say. And Oof hits him on the side, but Egg Drill escapes before the second hit.
And is now being carried around again by Egg Drillster.
Carried around. Egg Drill gets out and tries to hit him again, but gets caught again.
This is a really great fight so far for Hypershock. Not so much if you are Egg Drillster. However, he is doing the damage like you see there with the back piece of Hypershock coming off, but it's mainly just superficial. I don't really think it really says a lot, but at least the drill was working as he goes up the screws for some reason. As Egg Drillster trying to come in again with the drill on the side of Hypershock, but just can't get the right angle because Hypershock is just too much of slippery prey.
These two opponents are constantly moving because they know that, you know, their opponent is not going to wait for each other. So they are always on the attack, and they try to ram again. Once again, Hypershock seems to take control, and
it just looks like overall Hypershock is mainly winning this fight. You could give props to Egg Drillster where credit is due with the damage that he did, but it just looks to just be Hypershock's fight.
Yeah,
because
I think
basically teetering with Egg Drillster at this point.
Egg Drill is doing very well. It's just that Hypershock is one of the best robots in this series, so.
Anyways, we go to a judge's decision. Ladies and gentlemen, we have entered a judge's decision. They awarded it unanimously to the winner, Hypershock. Well, it was great fun with this heat. A lot of knockouts, a lot of judges' decisions, and a lot of great commentary. Thanks to you, Jumpersaucer.
All right, this was a great heat. As expected, Hypershock dominated everything, but the other bots, most of them did well too, especially the newcomer, Egg Drillster. I'm very impressed by this new bot and new type of bot, and I look forward to seeing more of his fights in the future. I think he has a real future in the series.
As Hypershock, another robot thwarted by the plans of a judge's decision, now counts him out to 11 points. And Egg Drillster, making his first time appearance subbing out for Demilitarized Zone, is actually looking to be a pretty good and formidable opponent. However, with the 6 points he has, he's probably going to get an extremely low seed. And just because we felt like it, Dark Matter will be going to the 3rd place Desperado tournament, leaving Duck, Category 5, and the basically dead Demilitarized Zone out of here. Well, in any cases, thank you for joining with me. As in Heat K, we got some major battles with some spinners. Is Quarter Pounder, Orbit, Mortal Enemy, Dudley, and Distorted Blade. We'll see you in the next heat.
And subscribe to Jumpersaucer or I'll cut off your balls.